Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dee's Tarot. In this reading, we're going to be looking at the reading for Sagittarius. And of these 12 cards, in our previous video, we looked at Scorpio transformation, specifically the question around what changes have occurred during this season and where is their intensity in your life right now. In this video, we'll be looking at Sagittarius philosophy, specifically what in your life is particularly meaningful, what belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions. And the video after this, we'll look at Capricorn ambition. And I recommend also looking up your sun, moon, and rising sign. So your rising sign is the date that you were actually born on. So if you're born in the date range of November 22nd to December 21st, you are a Sagittarius. But then you also have a sun and moon sign that you can use Google to find what your sign is. There's birth charts out there. I recommend checking out my other videos if you want to dive into your sun and moon sign as well. And so this zodiac spread, there's 12 zodiacs in the houses, and this spread is a popular type inspired by astrology. By assigning a card position to each part of the zodiac wheel in the houses, we have a spread that is great for in-depth check-ins. You can use a zodiac spread monthly or quarterly as a means of getting insight, clarity, and advice on different areas of your life, from work to relationships. You can then consider what you will need to address going forward. So, since I'm new to looking at all of the zodiacs, this sign, Sagittarius, it's the 9th sign of the zodiac, a fire sign symbolized by the archer. And Sagittarians are known for being optimistic, adventurous, philosophical, and freedom-loving, always seeking knowledge and new experiences through travel and exploration, though they can be blunt and impatient or promise too much. So, for the Sagittarius, your strengths: you have a great sense of humor, you're generous and you're idealistic, enthusiastic, passionate, and adaptable, curious and open-minded with the strong desire for truth. Your weakness: you can be tactless or overly blunt, impatient and sometimes unreliable. You may overpromise or be non-committal. Okay. And then what in your life is particularly meaningful? What belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions? Let's take a look. So, philosophy. What in your life is particularly meaningful? What belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions? We've got 3 of Wands and 8 of Swords. Wands, creativity. Swords is about emotions. No, wait, no. Communication. And we're looking at what in your life is particularly meaningful, what belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions. Particularly meaningful, 3 of Wands. Okay, let's take a look. 3. Groups, raw energy, development, expression, creativity. Groups, raw energy, development, expression, creativity. And again, we're looking at what in your life is particularly meaningful, what belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions. Groups, raw energy, development, expression, creativity. You're definitely in a good group that it's providing that raw energy. It's giving you that creative expression and that development that you need, which is an area that you thrive in. So what in your life is particularly meaningful? You're definitely in a good position right now, I think, with the Wands card. Wands meaning willpower, creativity, passion, inspiration, and energy. There's a good energy going on for sure. And then we have the 8 of Swords. So 8 is about achievement, rebirth, perfection, and action. And then we're talking about like what in your life needs, what belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions. Your ideas, thoughts, communications are driving your actions. And then we have achievement, rebirth, perfection, and action. You've definitely like developed you stepped up, like it went from 3 to 8. So you have used this raw energy, this development, creative expression from 3 of Wands, that we've moved past like using that structure and that foundation. We've overcome conflict and challenges because that's what occurs in our daily life. Like I feel like you go through a lot of conflict, and we have found a harmony, or maybe we have come far enough that like that conflict has ended and we have adjusted, we've aligned. So here we are like looking back at it, introspection, investigation, and we've achieved this rebirth. So the fact that we have developed this belief system of looking back and seeing how far something has come, or literally beginning to end of something. If it was like a conflict, you might have like included yourself in creating this change to have this harmony, and you've achieved, you know, this perfection. It talks about being adventurous, philosophical, freedom-loving. You love like looking back and seeing the change that has occurred. What belief system is inspiring you? We definitely have leaned on our peers, so that's what in your life has been particularly meaningful. But I think I want to get a little more context on 8 of Swords. So 8 of Swords, it means entrapment, self-victimization, imprisonment, restriction, negativity, and self-sabotage. Surrounded, the fool feels victimized, powerless, and trapped. She may be in a situation that feels inescapable. Her lack of agency makes her situation worse. She gives up any opportunity to make it better. What blinds her is self-imposed. If she removes the blindfold that prevents her from recognizing her power and taking responsibility, she could escape this dire situation. And then the reflection that this card provides is, do you feel powerless? Are you waiting for someone or something to come and save you? Do circumstances at home, work, or elsewhere make you feel confined? This card can bring suffocating isolation, but also implies that you have everything you need in order to escape. What behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs are holding you back? You might be like overthinking a certain situation, and you've come so far, and you're looking at, it talks about, are you waiting for someone to come save you? So it says, what behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs are holding you back? Interesting. That's an interesting reflection. And then the action that the card provides is take responsibility. Self-victimization relieves you of taking responsibility for your life. Knowing that we are mostly responsible for the things that happen to us can be daunting, especially if we feel our lives aren't what we pictured them to be. Put aside pride and accept accountability. This can open the doors for you to build something truly yours. And then it says, reclaim your personal power. Identify who or what you give your personal power to. When we blame others, we also give them power over our lives. Focus on what you can do and make a plan to move forward. I think perhaps something in this group where you have seen like your work come into play, that you have like organized or orchestrated the best situation, that you're like, oh, kind of like, look what I did. Like, I saw this plan, I implemented the plan, and look how it turned out. But maybe there's a part of it that didn't go as planned. So you might be like looking back and like dissecting, like, how did this happen? maybe like overthinking. So it says like reclaim your personal power. Identify who or what you give your personal power to. There could be a certain situation within that has happened and you're giving it too much attention. I think it's saying like, don't blame others. When we blame others, we give them our power over our lives. Focus on what you can do and make a plan to move forward. You can't change everybody's mind, and maybe you're also encountering where it's like difficult to get someone to see your side about something, but it's saying like reclaim your personal power. Don't dwell too much on the past, like move forward. And again, the Sagittarius is freedom loving, always seeking knowledge and new experiences through travel and exploration. So, what in your life is particularly meaningful? The fact that you have achieved something and you have seen it come to fruition. Yes, there might be something negative about it, but it says like what belief system is inspiring you or driving your actions. I think that because you have this love for travel and like pleasure, I mean, like it talks about travel, exploration. You can be blunt and impatient and promise too much, but what belief system is inspiring you? I think that you know that you don't have to like wallow in this thought for long. Like you can go enjoy travel, you can go explore, you can maybe try to see the other person's side. And I think that you take a well-rounded look at everything. It talks about Sagittarius being philosophical. So you definitely have like a good belief system that you don't have to stay in something for long. You know that you can get out of it, and you will come out of these like obstacles with ease, because like this card is about like getting through the obstacles. So you definitely know how to get your way out of whatever you're in, and that's your belief system. It's inspiring you and driving your actions, is knowing like you have this good support within you. So that is the message that we're getting today for Sagittarius on philosophy. And in our next reading, we'll look at Capricorn, and that will be about ambition. Specifically, what are your aspirations? What are you working toward? And what is your reputation and your status? So we will see you in the next video. And if you like this one, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you there.